Welcome to another edition of Ducktoes Video Podcast.
And in this edition, we're going to talk about Google algorithm updates. And there's been another Google algorithm update.
Oh, I'm terrified.
And this causes so many headaches for SEOs because suddenly, almost overnight, Google shifts what they prize in terms of a high-ranking website, what you need to have on your website to be at the top of the Google search. And this past year, Google was just a little bit nicer to us, and they split their new helpful content algorithm update over two parts. So the first part we saw this past August 2022. And what Google is now prizing is helpful content that's written by humans for humans. They want to see stuff on your website that's actually answering real world questions, not just keywords that you think are going to help you to rank higher in your website, but something that has flow and purpose to it.
So this update is called helpful content update because Google is now being specific about what it wants. It wants content that is helpful for users. So if people are searching for a question, they will get an answer on a website. So if your website has a lot of helpful content, that should help it rank higher in Google.
And you better watch out because Google's gotten even smarter. So now their algorithm can actually spot content that's been written by AI programs. And there are a ton of programs out there that can generate content for you. But if Google spots that all the content on your web pages and your blogs, etc., has been generated by this AI, they will penalize you. Again, they want actual content that's written by humans for humans that sounds like something that a person would actually say, not just keywords that you think will help you to get to the top of page one.
And the language needs to seem natural and informal and engaging to the average user. So the AI content often sounds stilted and not something that anybody would really want to read. So you really have to make sure that your content on your website is of the highest quality.
And part 2 of this helpful content update occurred on December 5th, 2022. And so we've seen a lot of up and down roller coaster action in the rankings over the past few weeks. And it does take a little while for things to stabilize. But going forward, if you're writing that next blog for your website, make sure that it answers a question. Focus on a specific topic and something that you are an expert about. Google does not want you to summarize things that can be easily found on other websites, but rather something that focuses on your expertise and your niche.
So I understand that you've been researching some helpful tips for what Google wants to see in its content.
Exactly. So Google's actually been really specific. You can actually look at their website and see many of these tips there for yourself. But the most important ways to navigate this helpful content update are, again, write content that is by humans for humans. Don't waste your time with AI generated content. Google's going to spot it. Also, when you are writing this content, don't focus on something just because it's trending in the news. Like, for example, I wouldn't write a blog about Britney Spears' latest Instagram post just because that's been all over the news today if I'm writing something for a construction website. That just makes absolutely no sense. So focus on your area of expertise. And
unless Britney Spears has come to your construction website, your construction site, then you could add her.
Exactly, she'll be our guest blogger for the month. But if that doesn't happen, then again, remember, stay on target. You are the expert. Answer questions that real humans ask.
You can do it in an engaging way or funny way. Make sure that you're keeping the interest of your audience. You don't have to be dry and boring, but you do have to be helpful.
And again, write content that make your users feel as though you've actually answered their questions. Don't have them bounce off your website thinking that they have to go navigate other websites and read even more stuff to try and answer their questions. Try to answer everything in a succinct but funny way on your website.
Yes, interesting way. I've been hearing a lot about spam brain Maria, can you tell us what that's all about?
Yeah, absolutely. Shockingly enough, it's not actually the title of a really fun, cheesy 1960s movie, but it's the title of a Google update, yet another one. So, Spam Brain focuses on detecting spammy websites. And what it does is it looks for websites that have all kinds of weird backlinks that might have been built to them that have really nothing to do with their website. And it looks for keyword stuffing and any way that you might try to trick their algorithm into ranking to the top. Spam Brain is now on the case, and it's going to penalize your website if you engage in these tactics.
Google's always hated bad links from like low-ranking websites or really bad websites like links from porn websites or any kind of suspicious content that might be linking to your website. So now Spam Brain has been designed to seek out those and identify those bad links and penalize the sites that have those links coming toward them. But unfortunately, this has led to a rise of negative SEO. And that's when, if you have a competitor, like if we had a computer repair competitor who thought we were doing too well and wanted to hurt us, they could buy a bunch of bad links, which they've done before, like from porn sites or other bad sites, really low-ranking, trashy sites, and that will bring our ranking down. So that's one thing that Ducktoes can help you with too, is if we can get rid of your, we can make Google not count the bad links that come toward your site. We do that with using the disavow tool.
So another important factor of this Spam Brain update is that Google is able to spot really negative websites that say trick people into divulging personal information, sites that when you land on them, they might install malware onto your computer, or even phishing scams. And what Spam Brain does is it crawls these sites and it discovers that they're really shady, and then it will punish them and drop them in the rankings so that people don't fall victim to these scams. And Spam Brain will also look and say, hey, this is really thin content. This isn't really interesting. This is just something that's being propped up for negative SEO. So what we're starting to see are a whole bunch of these websites that are dropping in the rankings as Google becomes smarter and discovers websites that are honest and informative and, again, have helpful content.
And if you've been struggling to get your site to rank well in search engines, but can't seem to surmount the obstacles in your way, if there might be things that Ducktoes could help you with. Well, there are definitely things that Ducktoes could help you with in getting your site to rank. If you have negative SEO or if you have content that's not that helpful, we can fix all those problems so that you will rank well and then be able to use your website as a way to generate new traffic and revenue. So let us help you. Come to Ducktoes, we can help you make your website into a cash generating machine.
So if you think that your website might have been the victim of a competitor pointing back links to it, if it's starting to drop in the rankings, you really don't know why, or maybe you just need someone who, has the knowledge on how to get your website ranking highly, then come see us at Ducktoes. We're always happy to help. We'll take a look at your website, see what's going on behind the scenes, and figure out ways to get your website ranking highly. So stop by. We're at 902 Center Street North in Calgary, or give us a call and an email, and we will help to get you to the top of Google rankings.
Thus ends another exciting Ducktoes video vlog.
And stay tuned for our next one, because you know what? Google has more tricks up their sleeve for 2023.
Yes, most certainly. Come see us. Bye.